I need to be up in Louisville in 2 days. Preferably Saturday, but no later than Sunday so I can pick up Rachel. And I've got to do it by myself. It is currently 6 o'clock at night on Thursday. Hey, my name is Joe and I'm one half of two crazy campers, and after losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds, we discovered we had so much more energy for activities. Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors and join us on a brand new adventure. Well, I am currently up at the Double K farm in Arcadia, Florida. We have a super secret mission. We are heading up to Moride to have an amazing upgrade to our RV, and I'm super excited about it. I think we're going to be one of the first people to have it, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. But here's the problem. I need to be up in Louisville in 2 days. Preferably Saturday, but no later than Sunday so I can pick up Rachel, and I've got to do it by myself. It is currently 6 o'clock at night on Thursday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave here. I'm going to drive for 3 or 4 hours in the RV. And then after that, tomorrow, I'm gonna drive as long as I can. It's supposed to be about 15 hours, but that's when you're not towing an RV. So we're gonna do the best we can, but come along with me as we go on a journey from Arcadia to Louisville, and we try to do it in 2 days. So I just got off the Dade City exit on I-75, and I came over here to the racetrack. I was gonna fill up the truck using my open roads card because you get a significant discount. I think at this racetrack right now, it's like 50 cents off a gallon. But unfortunately, it looks like they are out of diesel fuel. I'm sitting in the truck stop lane right now, and they have all of the lanes wrapped up like you cannot get fuel. So I don't know if they're just not fueling up trucks or if there is no diesel. I'm gonna go in and go to the restroom. I'll check out the pumps in the front. I don't really need fuel. I have just less than 3/4 of a tank, but I always like to fill up whenever I can, especially when I stop to go to the restroom. But I'm really glad right now that I have my 60-gallon fuel tank. So according to the gauge, I can go 237 miles, but actually I think I can go about 400 miles because the gauge thinks that I only have a 34-gallon fuel tank, but I actually have a 60-gallon fuel tank. There's just no way to change the distance to empty on the 2023 and 2024 models. So I've got plenty of fuel. I just wanted to top off. So I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go in, I'm going to go to the restroom. I'll check out the fuel pumps out in the front, although I probably won't even bother using it. And then I'm going to look on maps and see where the next Cracker Barrel is. I'm not really tired, but there are a lot of cars on the road and people are kind of driving crazy. I mean, there's a lot more cars coming south than going north, but people are really driving crazy, and I'm just not super comfortable driving the RV at night. It is currently a little bit after 8 o'clock at night. And it's very dark out. So I think what I'm gonna do is stop at the next Cracker Barrel, just get some rest, and then get back up in the morning. So it's 9:30 and I just got off on the Ocala Silver Springs exit for I-75 and parked here at the Cracker Barrel parking lot. Originally I was gonna stop at one much earlier and decided that I was just gonna keep going a little bit further. And so I got off here. There are a lot of RVs and a lot of like linemen who are parked here overnight. So I was glad that I was able to get a spot. So I'm going to actually turn on my air conditioner thanks to my Big Beard batteries, cool down in here a little bit because it's about 85 degrees in here right now, and try to get a little bit of rest. And then I'll get up in the morning. I'll grab a little bit of breakfast over at Cracker Barrel since I am parking in their parking lot, and then we'll get back on the road. One thing I like to do when I pull over at a Cracker Barrel or a Walmart or something like that overnight is pull in my steps, and then I go ahead and lock the door. Doing that ensures that nobody is going to accidentally pull in next to me and hit my steps. I also try to avoid opening up the slide, so you can see that I do have both of our slides closed. That's one of the things that I love about the 294RK from Alliance is we can get into our bedroom. So I don't really need to open up these slides if I'm not going to do any cooking. If I want to get back to the refrigerator or anything, I can kind of squeeze into that a little bit. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll open up the slide just a little bit because our slide lifts up and I don't want to accidentally step on that slide or anything like that. So I will open it up just enough so the slide floor is flush with the regular floor, and that will allow me to scoot through to get into the refrigerator or to get into one of the cabinets. Like I said, I can scoot through without doing it, but I don't want to step on the slide floor. Good morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I just got up. I took a shower. That's one of the great things about traveling with an RV. You can stop pretty much anywhere, and then you can get up in the morning and brush your teeth, take a shower, change your clothes. So we're up. We're gonna run into Cracker Barrel real quick, have a little bit of breakfast. Temperatures are perfect today, about 70 degrees, I think, somewhere around there. I slept like a baby. Love the fact that I was able to have my air conditioner on. I need to check my battery. I think we're somewhere around 85%. Hopefully that'll charge up today as we're driving using the solar panels. One of the things I want to do is actually put an Anderson plug so I can have the truck charging the batteries as well. Just something I haven't gotten to yet, but we'll do that in a future video. So right now I'm gonna head into Cracker Barrel, have a little bit of breakfast, and we're gonna get on the road. I did notice on the trailer that there's a problem with my brake controller, my breakaway controller. It looks like it's broken. It's working, but the plastic is cracked. So if I come across a Northern tool, I'm gonna stop and grab a new one and put that on real quick. That's like a 10-minute fix. Okay, breakfast was delicious. Had a couple of eggs, couple slices of bacon. Now we're going to get on the road. I'm gonna look on my Open Roads app, see where the closest truck stop is, fill up the truck, get myself a drink, and start heading back up to Louisville, Kentucky. It turns out there was a Northern tool about 2 miles away from the Cracker Barrel I stayed at. So I was able to stop here and get a new emergency breakaway. Super simple, just 2 wires. I always carry some wire connectors. That's why it's really important to carry some tools. Now we have a brand new breakaway controller. So we found a Love's truck stop that takes the Open Roads app. Price at the pump is $3.59 a gallon. Price on the Open Roads app, $3.04 a gallon. So we're saving about 50 cents a gallon. Definitely recommend getting the Open Roads app if you have a diesel truck. I'll leave a link for it down below. So as I was driving, I got a warning on my truck saying that we have low DEF, less than 500 miles to go. And there is currently a DEF warning light on the truck's dashboard. But when you look at my DEF level, it is 63%. So what I'm gonna do is check it with my OBD scanner. Fortunately, I actually keep one in here in the truck. So we're gonna take a look and see what's going on. So after using my OBD link, it looks like the warning light is just that we are low on DEF and have less than 500 miles to go before we need DEF. I'm assuming that that's because it's taking into calculation that we are towing the trailer and only getting about 12 miles to a gallon. So what we'll do is at the next major truck stop, we will stop and fill up with DEF and see if the warning light goes away. Now, if you are curious, this is the OBD Link device that I use. I'll leave a link for it down below in Amazon. It's really cool, very compact. It comes with a little carrying case. You can keep it in your glove box, in your center console, and it has an app on your phone where it just connects via Bluetooth, and you can check all your codes. You can even have the engine running and see the dashboard and everything going, and really be able to diagnose any kind of issues you may have while you're on the road. We are finally out of the state of Florida. We just crossed the Georgia line. I did stop at a Love's fuel stop. I didn't bother turning on the camera. I filled up the DEF. I needed about 2.5 gallons, and the light did turn off. So I guess it was just a matter of the fact that we are getting, right now it looks like about 11 miles to a gallon. And so we're going through DEF quicker than normal. So it was letting me know that, hey, you got less than 500 gallons. I've just never had that light come on when I was down to like 60% DEF. But that's also because if I'm not towing, I'm getting about 19 to 20 miles per gallon. So we're in Warner Robins, Georgia. I stopped at Buc-ee's to use the restroom, and then I noticed that diesel was $2.29 a gallon. So I decided to top off, even though we had 3/4 of a tank. Still took 16 gallons, so that was a significant savings. I have no idea what fuel looks like as we keep going further, so I just decided why not top off. I also checked on my Victron system to see where are my batteries at. When we left this morning, I did check, my batteries were at 82%, and just riding down the road with the solar charging them, we're up to 97%. Part about this drive, every time I have to do it, whether I'm going to Tennessee or Kentucky or Nashville or pretty much any place along I-75 when you leave Florida, is Atlanta traffic. I have been stuck in this traffic for, I don't know, about 2.5 hours, pretty much for about an hour after we left the Buc-ee's. I mean, this is insane. And every time you get moving, you go about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you get this big red thing showing up on your screen again going, you've got a 50-minute delay. Originally, the map, if I was going to go straight through, which I'm not, had me getting into Louisville, Kentucky tonight somewhere around 10 o'clock. It's currently midnight. Now, that's insane. I mean, this traffic, it reminds me of New York City traffic on the Long Island Expressway going into Manhattan during rush hour. But that wasn't nearly as bad as this. Okay, it is about 8 o'clock at night. I've been on the road for almost 12 hours. So decided to stop. I mean, the Atlanta traffic was horrible, put me about 3 hours behind. So I'm stopping at a Cracker Barrel in Calhoun, Georgia. We have about 5 hours to go till we get to Louisville, Kentucky. So We'll get up in the morning and then we'll head out, and I'm probably gonna be staying at a Harvest Host while I'm in Louisville. Let's go ahead and check our battery. I actually turned off the inverter while I was driving so that we didn't have any extra draw and it would just charge the battery. And we are at 100%. So see, it's off. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on our inverter. Inverter's on now. I did want to show you while I'm in here. So I have a switch right here, but you can actually turn off the inverter remotely. Something I added though was these fans. And so these fans actually kick on if the temperature in here gets above 98 degrees. So when these fans kick on in here and it gets hot, these fans will kick on and exhaust the heat out from behind there. Good morning. It is Friday morning, and I'm just getting up. It's about 7:15 or so, and I actually have been up for a while. Rachel called me because she is speaking at a conference this morning. She asked me to pray for her because this is a talk that we're supposed to be doing together, and I'm not there. So we prayed, we talked for a little while. I'm gonna get on the road. I gotta hold on, put up my my steps. I'm gonna get on the road. I think we're about 5.5 hours away. So by the time you add in like stopping, things like that, probably get there somewhere around 2 o'clock or so. And from there, I'll go park the RV. Turns out the Airbnb that we were supposed to be staying at with our friends, we can fit the RV down the side of the property, so I won't have to stay at a Harvest Host. So we're driving through the mountains of Tennessee right now on our way to Louisville, Kentucky, and this is where it's really beneficial to have a diesel engine. You know, I see a lot of comments on Facebook groups and stuff asking of whether they should buy a diesel or whether they should buy a gas, and we actually have an entire video on it. And for me, it really depends on what type of driving and where are you driving. If you're driving in an area like this and you're towing an RV like ours where you're almost 10,000 pounds, I think a diesel is a must-have simply for the exhaust brake. So right now we're on I think this is a 10% grade going downhill for 5 miles. And it is really nice to not have to ride your brakes going down this hill, that we're just relying on the exhaust brake, and it really does help control your speed so you don't have any kind of runaway or anything like that. I mean, I love this drive. It is such a beautiful drive, but it can be a little nerve-wracking because you're going up and down grades and there are no streetlights, which is why I chose to not drive straight through. Yes, I absolutely could have made it to Louisville in time to speak at our presentation this morning at 9 o'clock, but that would have meant driving at night. And you know, when I'm in Florida and it's a straight road and I'm going from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, I have no problem driving at night. But when I'm driving on unfamiliar roads, windy mountain roads, I don't want to drive at night. That's why I didn't leave this morning until 7:30. I wait for the sun to come up when I'm driving in unfamiliar territory. But it has just been really nice to know that I have that exhaust brake that's going to help me control my speed as I go down hills. Okay, finally made it up here to Kentucky. I'm at the Smith's Grove Buc-ee's in Kentucky. It is, according to my watch, 11:30, but I don't know if it's 11:30 or 12:30 because I don't know what time zone I'm in. I know this is my first stop. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes away from Louisville. So we're gonna fill up with gas, go inside and go to the restroom. Gas here is, or diesel here is $3.09 a gallon. So a lot more money than when we were in Georgia. So the reason I say I don't know what time zone we're in is because according to my watch, it's 11:30. But according to Apple Maps, I'm not gonna get to my destination until almost 2 o'clock, except for, it says we're only about an hour and 20 minutes away. So that's why I have a feeling that my phone or my watch has not switched time zones yet from the driving. All I know is I've been driving for a long time and it's nice to stretch my legs. So I will say this, it is great having the 60-gallon fuel tank. I mean, the fact that I was able to make it all the way up here I've been driving for about 4 hours or so, never had to stop. Still had more than a half a tank of fuel, just put about 20 gallons or so in there. And it's just nice having that peace of mind that I can go a really long distance. Pulling the trailer, I can go a little bit over 600 miles on a tank of fuel. If I'm not pulling the trailer and just driving the truck, I can go about 1,250 miles. Though I never actually test that because the cost at the gas pump is ridiculous if you have to add 60 gallons of diesel fuel at once. Okay, so I got up here to Kentucky and I tried to park at the Airbnb where our friends Chris and Miriam are staying, and that's where Rachel was. And unfortunately, though the RV would have fit down the side of the house, I could not swing it in because we are long, and there was a car parked like basically in front of where I needed to swing the truck, and there literally was no way to get it in there. So backup plan, Harvest Host. Love Harvest Host. I'll leave a link for it down below. We found this Harvest Host right over here, about 10 minutes away from the Galt house, and it was perfect. I mean, it's just 2 spots here. They have like a massage place. They sell books and stuff like that. They actually offer full hookups for an additional $25. I didn't have time to get a massage or anything, so I just gave them a $30 donation. Which they really appreciated. But having a place like Harvest Host is awesome because it gives you a place to stay overnight. I mean, all of the local campgrounds were requiring 3 nights at $60 a night, and I certainly didn't want to have to spend $180 to park one night. So it was really great to be able to have a place to go. I got over to the conference yesterday, was able to say hello to a bunch of people, and then we're getting ready to leave. And so we're going to bring Rachel in.
Reunited, and it feels so good. This was the longest in our marriage that we've been apart.
Yes, it really was. I mean, the only other time I think that we've been apart this long is when Peyton was born.
Yes.
And you spent some time up with John Paul and Michelle, but you were 30 minutes away from us.
And that was a really happy occasion.
Yeah, so we've never been multi-state apart. We've never been apart this far. So glad that we were able to get back together again. RV was great. How was the conference?
It was so freaking amazing. Like, I would go keto just to go to Keto Palooza here in Louisville. They say that you're supposed to say Louisville like you have a whole bunch of bourbon in your mouth. But I don't know what that feels like or looks like. So I'm doing my best. It was awesome. Such a great time of community, and we're all about community.
So now we are headed up to Elkhart for a super secret mission.
Shh.
So excited about this. We're going to be going up. We're going to be going to Alliance. We're going to take a look at some of the new RVs, including their new destination trailer.
So excited
We're
for
going to
that.
be going over to Moride and then possibly doing a couple of other things. So we got about a 4.5-hour drive, and you're going to have to make sure you're subscribed to the channel to find out why we are going to Elkhart in October, just 2 weeks before our son gets married, because we're crazy.
Must be a big deal.
So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Do us a favor, if you're getting anything out of these kind of videos, please do us a favor, hit down below and hit that like button. That does 2 things. Number 1, it really does let us know what kind of content you guys are looking to see, but it also does help build the channel. Now, while you're down there, please do us a favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time, happy camping.
camping.